to the next segment of the program, and this is where we talk about issues that are trending. And this morning we are actually starting with President Bola Tinubu, who has been on vacation. They say of
a working leave.
Oh,
it's been on working leave.
Yeah, working vacation, working leave. So the president has returned to the country. So let's see the video and we'll come back shortly.
The kind of work he's been doing in the last year and a half requires some rest, and he's gone and he's back now, and he's well rested, rejuvenated, and again, it was even just a working holiday anyway, so he was working and resting at the same time. Now that he's back in Nigeria, all hands are back on deck, and he's ready to go.
Okay, what do you think Nigerians should be expecting now that he's back and ready to get back to work?
Just to continue from where he left off in terms of putting policies in place and making sure things are done right, making sure we're going the right direction. He's the captain of the captain of the plane, and he's working to get to a cruising level, which is exactly where we're going. And in a matter of time, Nigerians will begin to see the fruits of his labor and our labor. And so, I mean, just we're all expectant and hopeful, and we believe in the renewed hope. And Mr. President is back in Nigeria.
All right, Mr. President is back in the country. There was so much noise about him not being in the country, and his vice also, Shettima, also outside the country at the same time.
At the same time.
You know, I mean, but again, government has a structure. You know, if the president is not around and his vice is not around, there's a structure, there's a hierarchy of people that could actually
take over
and continue.
People he can hand over to
and continue to run
the leadership of the
he's back,
country.
so that story becomes a thing of the past.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu back in the country to continue from where he left it, in terms of his renewed hope agenda to make Nigeria great again. Okay, from there we'll move on to the next one, and that's former governor of Abia State, OGTV, Senator OGTV, saying that 14 million naira is too little for senators. That's a video, and we'll come back to read the comments. Okay, I know you're itching to talk. 14 million naira.
How much is my salary?
Senators. How much is the salary? You're not a senator.
Oh, well, I'm hoping to.
Are you a senator?
By then, I would have.
You're a newsroom senator. Okay, let's listen to OGTV. We'll be back shortly.
I said that 14 million is too little for my colleagues. Mind you, these are people who have made politics their career. These are people who earn no other income. I'm not talking only about myself. I sit with some of my colleagues who need help from me, who need help from other colleagues, who the 14 million cannot even do to work. I use that 14 million, my staff salary. Out of the 14 million, 9.8 million goes to staff salaries. I will provide it for you. An asset bank will bear witness. I will take an affidavit in the court of competent jurisdiction, so it becomes a legal document, so you can take me to court. So let me tell you, out of 14 million, I pay 9.8 million to salaries of my staff in the constituency and in the office in Abuja. And these are money that provided not only for me to put in my pocket. It's not my money. It's the money of office of a senator representing Abia North. Those money is if my aides are traveling, they need to pay transport from there to go to Abia to the constituency. If my aides are sick, they need to get that money to treat themselves. If I am sick, I have to get from there to treat myself. We need to repair the cars I will use, the committee cars, we need to repair everything that we need to do. And dressing allowance is there. Any allowance you talk is encompassing. This is what I said, and I don't shy away from it. And to my colleagues who are senators, that is not enough for them. That is the truth. Because I sit in the Senate, I interact with my colleagues who are senators. And they talk to me, they talk to others.
All right, that was Senator Abeokuta, the Eyimba man. When he was governor in Abia State, he actually, brought the people's elephant, to African level, winning the CAF Champions League back-to-back, 2009, 2004. We have comments that come with that. Okay, you want to say something before the okay, let's quickly go to the comments. The name of the person that sent this comment is not here, but anyway, we'll read it. It's concerning to hear that 14 million naira is considered too little for senators, especially when many Nigerians struggle with basic living expenses. While senators may have staff and responsibilities, there's a need for balance and accountability, especially when their income comes from public funds. The focus should be on serving the people, not just on maintaining political careers. Public office should prioritize responsibility over financial gain. Good talk.
Yeah, but just before we go to the second tweet, I was actually going to say that with the economic challenges in the country, I was hoping that everyone would adjust, and then we just keep bearing with the government till things fall in place. Or what do you think?
But some people are also saying that government should also tighten their belts too. If you are saying people should make sacrifices, if senators were collecting 14 million before, now with the realities in the country, they should probably bring it down to like 10 million.
Which I agree, but somebody here is telling you that 14 million is still not enough.
Ah, okay.
So Rema Roberts' tweet here says 14 million is not enough for senators as salary, but 77K minimum wage is too much for Nigerians. This breaks my heart deeply. That's a sad
77,000 million naira minimum wage compared to 14 million naira. Clinton Court says an average member of parliament in the UK gets 91K a year. This is before tax in a country where kids are in school, hospitals function, road networks nearly perfect, and then you have Abeokuta saying 14 million naira monthly salary as a senator is not enough. All right. Okay.
Our next tweet is from Emmanuel, and it says, "You're complaining that 14 million is too small for you. How then does the common man survive?" I believe that's what he wants to write there.
Yeah.
You and your colleagues have not made the country easy to stay in, and that's on you guys. Instead of complaining, make the country a better place. And between, you are not here to enjoy, but to serve.
That's from Emmanuel, and this one's from Lex Citos, says, why should you make politics your full-time career? Why should you not have other job doing? Imagine if all Nigerian youths decided to make politics their full-time career. Who is going to pay them? That question goes to Orji Uzokalu, not to Biodun Alabi, not to Opeyemi Adeumi.
But I feel everybody should have something doing before coming into the house.
Yeah.
So another tweet here says, now wow, see waiting this one they talk. I beg, how much them they pay retired policemen wey serve for 20, I be 35 years as gratuity? If 14 million is not enough, leave politics. 70% of civil servants serve 35 years, get less than 14 million. Wow, that's a hard truth.
That's absolutely right. Oluwafemi Oguntoyibo, I guess, she says, if it's not enough, let him resign now. There are people that will take the same job for 12 million a year and will be more fruitful. This bicameral legislative system is too expensive. Let us have one single house, preferably House of Representatives, for wider representation.
What do you think about that?
Well, my opinion does not count on that. You know, in this, my personal opinion, anyway.
It doesn't count.
Okay.
Okay. Ido Idioma, you went there to serve and not to enrich yourself. If it is too small for you, Oga, kindly resign and go into business. You're earning 14 million for doing nothing in a country where some others are being paid 70K as minimum wage.
All right, it's all knocks for Orji Uzokalu this morning. Genuine thought says, Orji Uzokalu says 14 million is too little for senators. Meanwhile, everyday Nigerians are struggling to make ends meet. What we need is good governance, not more money for politicians. Let's focus on real change, genuine thoughts. There, okay?
And Joseph Shoremekoya says, distinguished, kindly quit the position and move on. After all, you are not under compulsion to serve as a senator. If serving humanity is your focus, you could do so even in your private practice. 14 million naira is too much, judging by the legislative outcomes in Nigeria. Thank you. Very respectful.
All right. Well, I don't know. We need to see the beginning of that interview. I think Orji Uzokalu shouldn't have actually commented on that matter. If that question was actually put to him, he could have just waived that aspect and not get this kind of...
But he actually gave his reasons, you know. I mean, if his aides fall sick, he needs to pay staff salary.
Okay, you want to start justifying all of that? Do you know a member of his
I don't know anybody.
Staff, you know?
I don't know anybody.
You know, so we are not saying, for us here, we are not saying the money is too much or is too little, because we don't know the staff.
I just mentioned that he's only given reasons, but Nigerians tend not to see that reason.
But some Nigerians have spoken. Okay, from there, from Orji Uzokalu saying 14 million naira is too little for senators. We move on to the United States of America, where the controversial Donald Trump, always controversial Donald Trump, this time around serving customers at a drive-through eatery, is contesting the next election in America. So you can always...
Somebody said Donald Trump is an African man. Like we've seen that in African politics, where you have, you know, what's called presidential, those that are campaigning, you know, they go to schools, they feed people on the street, you see them sit with roadside sellers, you know. So the person said Donald Trump is practicing African politics.
Stomach infrastructure.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so let's see the video. We'll come back.
Okay, let's say. You believe this? Look at this guy. He's a MAGA guy all the way.
Okay, so for his first order, yup.
Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody. This is not a normal situation, is it, huh? How are you? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like the wife. They look like the wife. How are you? Nice to see you. That's great. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay?
2024.
Oh, you're doing some extra stuff. Oh, okay, great. This is all on Trump. Oh, all on Trump. I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yes.
Let's check and make sure it's everything you said it would be. It better be. It's going to be the best you ever. I made it myself. You're the man. Make America great. That's the order. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good time. Have a good time. That's great, isn't it? How cute is it?
Car?
Okay, next car?
Yes, they get both bags.
Do you like them both at the same time?
Yes, that is right.
Hello, how are you? You're a good-looking guy. 45, 47. We love you. Come here, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will. I promise. Thank you very much. That's on me. Okay?
Okay, well, I picked something from there. He actually said, he actually asked, you know, the owners of the shop if he's allowed to do that.
Eatery.
And it was actually of the eatery, you know, and he was told to go ahead. But how is this different from stomach infrastructure? I mentioned stomach infrastructure.
Yes, earlier.
You know, how is it from what we call dividends of democracy? Is this also dividends of democracy? The question is that if Trump was not contesting the presidential election,
would he have done that?
Would he have done that? You know, that's another matter entirely. But I think he only latched on that opportunity to...
He's just trying to be a man of the people, you know, and like you said, the U.S. election, they're at the corner, so he's just trying to, you know, be in the face of people so that people can see the other side, the good side of him. I mean, and he has a strong contender. Kamala Harris is no joke, so...
The other side of him, will you say that that's the good side of Donald Trump?
Oh, well, I don't know, but that is the side he is portraying. I mean, you've seen, how many times was the president, former president, serving you? It doesn't happen often.
He's not in office now, you know.
Oh, well, he was a former U.S. president.
We've seen President Olusegun Obasanjo, you know, after he left office, do things like this too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, things that are ordinary, you will not expect from such big people. But we have comments. American politicians now learning from Nigerians on critical election matters. That's from Nigerian lens. Okay.
Ojo Adisa says Trump is applying African politics. I did mention that earlier.
All right, Heart Coach says, the man of the people, thank you for so much, for giving so much of yourself and serving the people in so many ways. You did not have to run, but despite the hell they put you through, you did it anyway. There is no choice in this election. Your courage itself.
Leslie Collins says Donald J. Trump is a legend. This is a master class in marketing and campaigning. He is only serving ordinary Americans and having fun. He just set a new standard for campaigning. MC Masterful.
All right, that's from Leslie Collins, and this is from AK. Look, the man of the people. Forget about the hate media want to create on him and Americans. Born rich, but still taking his time, always to chill with low middle class citizens. See his companies, people who work with him, etc., because he can see what they go through due to the economy. That's from AK.
From Agbado-eating Nigerian politicians, hairstylist Lagos politicians to America aspirants serving at McDonald's. Same strategy to win election, no difference. And that is coming from Kenny Oluwatui.
All right, from Kenny to Paul Newman, there is a kid in Pennsylvania right now who for the rest of his life will be telling people that he taught the President of the United States how to work a fry cooker.
That's a fry cooker.
All right, do we have more? I think, this is a long one.
Yes, and that is from Christian, and it says, yes, Trump's ability to connect with everyday Americans is unmatched. He is a man of the people, and his recent visit to McDonald's, where he served fries at the drive-thru, perfectly captures his down-to-earth approach. In contrast, Kamala Harris has been caught lying about working at McDonald's in an effort to appear relatable. If she's willing to deceive the public about something as basic as her job history, how can she be trusted with the far greater responsibilities of leadership?
Okay, I think we should be done with that. Let's move on to, this last one. I love Donald Trump, 100%, and Western world are learning from Nigeria the politics of stomach infrastructure, street mass movement of at Governor Faoshie Logical Campaign. Anyway, our time is fast running. Let's move on to the last item on trending this morning, and this is about an Igbo man, a white man, seen in Lagos sharing bread. Where in Lagos?
Ajao Estate.
Ajao Estate.
So the backstory to that is he had earlier, I want to believe he's a missionary, because it was said that he has earlier shared Bibles and nobody turned up. Then he started sharing bread. And then the queue, you know, just went. Let's have a look at the video.
Okay, let's see the video.
It's Ajao Estate. You can see a white man there sharing bread to people in Ajao Estate. But this morning he shared a Bible. People were not online like this. The line was few, but now see bread line. See the white man, can you see it? Can you see him? See people online. You see him in Ajao Estate. This is Park Lane Hotel, near Park Lane Hotel, and this is Eleganza. So people see, that's what people are shouting. Why? This man won't finish us before he will release this country for us. Can you see a white man sharing bread?
Should we say difference between Bible and bread?
Like that man said,
but again, the Bible does a lot for you too as a Christian. You know, Bible, you know.
The Bible actually says, "Man shall not live by bread alone."
You know, Bible, if applied rightly, you know, could lead to bread for you. But only daily bread. Yeah, thank you, daily bread. Now, Uchenna says this is a national disgrace. The thought of the white man sharing the bread is the height of it, according to Uchenna.
And this is Elijah Sultan. It says a white man is sharing bread on the streets of Lagos when we are not at war. Lagos is the 5th wealthiest in Africa in 2024. Such means poverty in the midst of abundance. Lagos is like this. What is the fate of poorer states like Sokoto, Jigawa, Abakaliki, Oshun?
She is not here. Adekola says, how did we even get here? This is Ajao Estate in Lagos. A white man was seen sharing bread on the streets. See the way people queued for ordinary bread. Bread, for God's sake. Bread is no more ordinary.
Ordinary. I was going to say the same thing.
It's no more ordinary.
Ochukogba says Nigerians have become a bread rice charity case for the government, individuals, and different organizations. In 2024, I can't believe a white man is still sharing bread and Bible for my people, and they are queuing up to collect it.
Well, in 2024, we said this too. When we actually entered the millennium, you know, we said, why is this happening in the millennium? You know, now we are in how many years after? 24
well,
years after.
I think this is a different story entirely, because, I mean, it's not like we're new to sharing the Bible. I want to assume that, he is a Christian and is trying to preach the word of God, and is trying to actually also share the Bible to bring people to Christianity. But now, a case where he shared the Bible and nobody was interested until he started sharing bread. That is actually very, I don't want to say disgraceful, but it is to show that people are not doing fine. Like, it is to show that there is, I mean, bread, we used to assume that bread, but like you mentioned, bread is no longer ordinary. The prices of bread are skyrocketed, and the normal 300 bread you would eat now is about 800, you know. So sharing bread shows that there is hunger in the land, especially from what's it called, whosoever did the record of that video, the video clip said.
Bible is also expensive. I don't think to get a copy of the Bible, You know, it's not as it used to be in the past, where you could get a copy for like 500 and even the small Bibles.
But I think there are some organizations that actually still give out free Bible today. Yeah,
maybe that was the intention of the white man. He wanted to give free Bible, you know, and then people didn't kill enough. You know, maybe those that were there at that point in time were Muslims, and they felt that
they don't need it.
They didn't need it.
But when it brought to bread, Muslim, Christian, traditionalists, everybody came out.
You know, but then when it comes to, because this is a very sensitive matter, you know, talking about religion. I said the difference between bread and the Bible. The two are important, but I think one could actually lead to other. Bible, if you have Bible, the Word of God, you live by the words of God, I'm sure certainly your life will become better.
Yeah,
and all
Pastor.
That. No, it's not a question. It's not a question of pastor this time around. Anyway, time for us to close and you know, leave the stage for Tunde Sholeke and Dominic Agbea. They're here this morning to give us the big interview. Good morning, today. Good morning, Dominic.
Good morning. Yes, call him pastor, and you will not be wrong.
I will not be wrong
because Jesus Christ, after feeding the people with the word, he actually fed them with 5 loaves of bread.
I'm so oh my God, that's the word.
You were spot on, really, with your analysis.
Let me quickly raise one for Senator Ojuzokali. If it is not enough for them, they should try to do workers.
Yeah.
Nigerians actually suggested they should resign and let other people take over.
Well, so it just provoked me to a certain level that what our religious organizations do in Nigeria to assist government at this particular time. You can imagine how much people will contribute as tithes, as offering on a Sunday in a church, or in a mosque on a Friday, or a salat on a Sunday. And nobody is talking about. I just heard of somebody in Osun, that he has created a market. 2 kilometers away, they are selling a Congo of Garra 1,003, but at that market, he's selling it for 900 naira.
I think Lagos State is actually doing that.
I agree. He's talking about religious body.
But I think some other organizations are doing. I know Redeem gives food. No, I think Redeem gives food every Sunday to workers. I don't know if it's all their parishes, but I know Redeem does that. And then I think as last week or 2 weeks ago, they intend to put out buses. I don't know if the buses are there to help with, the buses are running.
My own dimension of it is that churches like that can approach government. Okay, we need 500 hectares of land. We want to plant cassava.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Don't worry. It's another day.
Discuss for another day, certainly. Okay, so we have to close now and allow Tunde Sholeke and Dominic Agbea do their thing in the next segment of the program. Bye for now.